Day 2 of the custom bookshelves in the Jayco Pinnacle. We were going to start recording yesterday, but it got a little bit dark, and it was a little bit of trial and error because, unlike traditional bookshelves that has the nice horizontal shelf, we went for a completely asymmetrical bookshelf from a few designs that we've seen before. So we're custom making these today. So we just about finished one. I'll take the camera and give you a close up there in a second. We just have to put the bottom base on, and then we're starting to assemble the second bookshelf. So we kind of start making the shelf pieces, and then we attach it to the backboard that will screw into the wall. So that's pretty much where we're at right now. I'll give you a quick close up, and then I'm just gonna maybe let this record as we're starting to assemble this, and I might give you a little bit of close-ups of the process that we did, just to make sure that these boards weren't gonna split. We're working with 3/4 inch wood, but dry wood, it can be tough. So this is shelf number 1. We just have to put the base on there. We're just letting the paint dry. I think we were thinking 2 foot wide. So 2 foot wide, so it'll come out a little bit, and then it will rest on the floor. And then we found the studs in the wall, which when we get inside, I'll show you. But we're just going to put 2 to 3 screws up here near the top for the stud when it leans up against the wall. So that way most of the weight of the shelf in books is actually on the base, but the screws are going to keep it held to the wall. So as you can see, very interesting design, but I think it's going to look really good, and it's going to be cool to kind of show you the before and after video/pictures. And then just to give you a close-up of what we're doing here, we cut, I forgot how many of this side. This was 10 of these boards, 17 inches long. Then we drilled a hole straight through the middle, center exact. And then we put holes in the ends, because this is basically just making a whole bunch of bunks, bunk, 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 all the way. And then the complicated part, which we learned before, was making sure when you put it on the backboard that it actually is even on both sides. Especially when you're working with wood, there can be a little bit of bow. So you see here, we're hoping this wood would have been perfectly straight, but we have a bend. So when we set it on the backboard, we have to bend it into place and then screw through it. So I'll set this up and start recording, but you'll see this come together. One little thing I did want to mention is we did countersink these holes a little bit, so that way when the screw goes in, it kind of goes into the wood. Let me show you an example. Whoa, here we go. So that way if a book is resting on it, the screw isn't going to mess with your pages or any part of your book. I'm not sponsored or affiliated, but you should get yourself a Circle bottle. These Ghost Sips are pretty yummy. The strawberry dream flavor, woo! To die for.
And here we see a man in his natural habitat.
Not 5'2", 5'2" man.
A non-5'2" man. He's at least 5'8".
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Wear safety glasses.
Fun fact, yesterday we had a million problems with cutting boards.
Well, yeah, the blade was on backwards. The blade was inside out.
Inside out.
So that's how it would look, just so you can kind of get an idea. See how it shifted?
You see this side here? That needs a little painting.
Why don't you talk about it?
Okay.
So here we are with both bookshelves installed. We just put a few books that we had inside of here, up here for now. We're just making sure everything's fully dry, but I think going with the black was a really good decision. It definitely fit perfect, I'd say. There was a slight little bit of modification on the left one for length, because as you can tell, the door pocket, I guess, was a little bit in the way, but all in all, looks great. And then also down here, normally you have a white box that this is on, so I actually boxed it in with some of the excess wood that we had, and then eventually I'll pick up some trim and actually put maybe some quarter molding around here, or quarter trim, just because this isn't really reinforced that good. I just put 3 screws just to hold it, to make sure the cat wouldn't get back there, and that way it looked a little bit better. And then definitely we're going to be looking for some molding or trim just to put on here, just a little bit more decorative, but we have extra paint, so soon we'll be able to do that. And also with the measurements that we did, that secret compartment that's here also still goes up, so you're not losing that feature. I'll give you kind of a close-up on this side. This one goes all the way down to the floor. You still have access to your plugs, moseying on up. You still have access to your security camera, thermostat, still viable. The only thing that I have right here is, you'll notice this corner shelf, it's not touching, but it kind of blocks out the slide extend. You still could press it if you needed to, but those are 2 buttons that we usually are never using in here, so we still have access to the main 4. Pretty cool. So yeah, on all it worked good. The base that we made for these, I mean, the floor wasn't exactly level with everything, so I did end up screwing this to the wall. I found the studs there, and like, this is sturdy now. This ain't going anywhere, and it's also reinforced at the bottom, so I'm not worried about too much of the shelf with weight pulling off of the wall. So once we get some books on here, we'll show you the full finished product. So in the process of editing this video, I realized I never did a finished product with all of Emily's books on the shelf. So I just wanted to do a quick little snippet. So as you can see, it turned out perfect. Loving how it looks. The only thing that we'll have to fully figure out logistics, since we are in the RV here, is when we go to move, how we're going to keep the books on this shelf. Either we're going to take them all off and put them in totes, or maybe when we do put some trim on here, we'll extend it up a little bit farther so it kind of keeps the books pressed in so they can't slide out. But time will tell. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. I can kind of give you a write-up of the materials used, how much it cost us. And I think that wraps this up. If you could, please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. My goal this year is to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're a ways off, but I appreciate all the support. And until next time, have a good one.